Alright guys, hello, welcome to my channel. This is Algebra 2, learning with mr.aplus, which is not my name, but I guess, I couldn't think of anything anymore related to algebra. But today we're gonna learn about how to solve system of inequalities. Uh, Usually they give us two equations, which is this one and this one. Um, in a calculator, in a school calculator, you can do it like more faster, but since I don't have a calculator at home, I'm gonna do them on Desmos, which is a free website where you can graph lines or inequality or whatever you can or whatever. And yeah, it gives you, it's like a calculator and it's free, pretty cool. So we have two inequalities. They give us two inequalities. You go to Desmos if it's homework or something. Um, you plug in the two inequalities, and then in your paper, where you have a graph paper or something, you start plugging in the lines and shading in. So in the first line, the blue line, we have 0, -1. So you go to your graph paper and x is 0 and y is -1. So you plug in a little circle right there. Then you pick another point, which is 0.50, which is they don't usually tell us to do that, but you can do it if you want, or if not, you can find another point, which is 1. You always want to go to with the integers because they're more accurate, accurate. I can say that word, accurate. They're more accurate, and yeah, it's gonna be easier. So here we have, it's a little difficult, but I think you could do it. Oh shit. You go and start going up the line, finding another point, which is 2, 3. So you go to your graph paper and graph 2 and 3. Alright, so what you want to do after you get the points is plug it in. So the teacher gave us this graph paper. So here we got 0, -1, which is 0, -1. And then we got 1, 1, which is here. And then we got 2, 3. And then we make a line with a ruler or something. And then after we got the line on the graph paper, you start with the other line, which is the red line. You click on it and it's not an integer, so you skip it. This one is an integer, so you plug it in, and it's 1, 1. So there's an interception there, and you click on another one is 0, 4, 0, x 0, and 4. Then you always want to have like 3 points because makes it easier to do the line on the graph the line with the ruler. So you find another point, which is 2, -2. You go to your graph paper and plug in 2, -2. Alright. Alright guys, so since I don't have a ruler, I'm gonna make it with a piece of paper. Use it as a ruler. So what I want to do is get the 3 points together and just do a line right there and then. Something like that. Now what you now you trace the other line with the ruler, a real ruler. There. Try to get the 3 points. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. Now we go back to decimals and see where we have to shade with a highlighter or color or something that you want. Alright, so the next step is shade the inequalities. So you want to go back to decimals, which I'm here, then see where they shade it, then go back to your paper and start shading them in with the highlighter, and then you go back to your graphing paper and start shading how it is here. Alright, so we're back on the graphing paper. We have to get 2 highlighters, different colors, and then we start shading. So the first one I'm gonna shade with this one. Start shading. So this line is all then you shade. Then we get the other highlighter and start doing it to this one. You just really have to look at decimals and or where you did the inequality, and I'll tell you where to shade. And that's it, guys. See you. Alright, guys, so this next example is a little more special because now there's 3 inequalities, 3 lines. So what you're gonna do is go to your decimals graphing calculator, or if you're using a school calculator, I'll be showing the steps at the end of the video because I don't have that calculator right now. So what you wanna do is graph the three given inequalities, and then you choose one, and same process, you find 3 points at max, so you can graph your line, your graphing paper. So you want to find 3 points that are integers. So here I had a case where I had 2 points, but they both were not integers, they were decimals. So I tried to find another integer, but I couldn't. So I decided to go with the decimals because I couldn't find any more. So you go back to your graphing paper and start plugging it. Alright, guys, so you have your three points plugged in. So what you wanna do is get your ruler, and since I don't have one, I use my paper. Then align the ruler to the 3 points and trace a line. This is not really accurate, but I'm trying my best. So I'm gonna use this highlighter to shade and shade all of this. Well, you don't have to shade all of this, when you get the three lines, it's gonna form a vertice, which is like when when lines connect. When lines connect, they form a vertices. So a square has four vertices, and yeah, so the three lines are gonna form a vertices. Um, I'll show you right now when I graph the three lines. So then you go back to decimals and start doing the other one. Get the points and start doing the other line. Alright, so you find 3 points that are integers. And if decimals gives you decimals, you want to find an integer. So you look for it, and here I found 10 and 6. So you go to your graphing paper and start plugging in. Alright guys, so now you have this line that I just graphed, that I just plot the points in. So what you're gonna do is go back to decimals and see where you have to shade, if you have to shade up or down. Alright, so decimals says that you have to shade down. So you wanna do is get a highlighter, different color, and shade all of down. That's it. Now you go to decimals again and start graphing the third line. Alright, so here same process, you find 3 points, and if 1 point is a decimal, you want to find integers. So in this case I couldn't find integers, so I have to use 2.66 in my graphing paper. So you go back to your graphing paper and graph the line. Right, since you already have the 3 points, what you're gonna do is plug them in and do the line. So I'm using this one as my ruler. You align the ruler and do the line. Push and do the line. So as you can see, there's 3 vertices. 1, 2, and 3. So alright, so you go back to decimals and see where you have to shade the line you just plot. Alright, so now that we got the 3 lines, we are gonna shade where the area where the 3 lines are. And I should have really just shade this part, because that's like the solution. But I shaded where every line had to be shaded. So um, it's a little different. So I'm gonna show you the example that I did in class. So you have 3 inequalities. The vertices are in these points, and the area where you have to shade is just this, the figure that they form. So you just really have to shade this area, or where the form is. So that's it, guys. This is solving inequalities, lesson 3.2. No, lesson 3.2. Solving inequalities, solving systems of inequalities. Alright, so here's a school calculator. What you wanna do is go to new documents, say no, and then add graphs, and then you wanna delete, put relation or 6, then you start plugging in your equations, your 3 equations or 2 or whatever, and then to see the points of the lines, you go to 5 which is trace, and then 1 to graph trace and see the points of all the lines. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Hopefully you guys learn something, and give it a like. Um, Subscribe if you aren't subscribed. I'll be posting more videos soon, and I'll explain more about this system of inequalities.